Okay, we covered how inventory is received into the warehouse and put away. We discussed how the allocation process assigns physical inventory from bin locations to orders. We talked about how task assignment function assigns orders to resources for execution. And finally, how the waving function creates workflow and groups together orders for action in the warehouse. It's now time to talk about the real purpose of all of these processes, which is to supply product and workflow to optimize the order picking function. You are looking at a handheld terminal. This is one of several devices that Accellos customers use for order picking. Mobile devices take on many different shapes and sizes depending on the warehouse environment and task at hand. Instead, customers may opt for voice picking, where workers speak into a voice unit and listen for directions as to the next step. Some warehouses use carousels or pick-to-light stations instead of using mobile devices to speed up picking and increase storage density. If we navigate to the picking window, you'll see that there are several options available to the picker. Their choice will depend on the profile of the orders that they're picking. Regular picking is the process of picking one or multiple orders directly into their final shipping container or tote. The picker is directed to each bin location and is prompted to scan items, then their respective shipping label serial numbers, until the order is complete. We'll come back to this in a few minutes. Batch picking allows the picker to gather all of the required products for one or multiple orders in a single pass of the warehouse. They're not prompted to scan shipping label serial numbers. Rather, they wait until they've reached a shipping staging area to assign items on the order to their final shipping containers or pallets. Product picking gives the picker the option of using a pick ticket and scanning any item on the order out of pick sequence. This is especially useful in grocery fulfillment when picking the least crushable items come first. Scanner picking is a supermarket checkout option where pickers can bring orders to a packout station and then packers scan each of the items into their final shipping containers, just like a grocery store. Any one of the picking styles can be used at any time, given the warehouse flexibility in choosing the right picking process to optimize efficiency. Let's go through a regular pick, as that's the most common pick style used by warehouses running AccellosOne WMS. The picker is instructed to scan each product, then scan the order that is being fulfilled for that item. But before we do this, let's take a look at the following video of one of our customers that's using the wave picking process. Rather than using flow racks, they're moving a cart around through static shelves and picking items to cart. This particular customer will pick up to 8 orders at a time. Okay, back to the demo and a little bit of illustration. We start with a zone request. What zone will the picker be working in? Many warehouses, for example in the cosmetics and apparel industries, will have a span of flow racking where medium volume products are picked onto a static conveyor. Each worker will take responsibility for an area of the flow rack. In those cases, we can assign them to a specific zone that is entered on the handheld when initiating the picking process. Only the product in that zone will show up on their handheld for picking. If the picker is to pick items in the entire warehouse, they press the All Zones button, and they're directed to pick in all areas of the warehouse. Even if they don't select a specific zone, we can direct them through specific aisles of the warehouse. This is where we enter the starting and ending bin locations of the selected aisles. Let's pick all aisles in all zones. On this screen, we enter the orders we'll be picking. If the warehouse manager is assigned work, we can select it from the queue. Otherwise, we can go grab a stack of orders from the central office, which are each represented by specific shipping or compliance labels. The reason why we use shipping or compliance labels is because they all have a unique serial number that references the order. When we scan the shipping label, the order is pulled up on the handheld. We can scan as many labels as we like to create a wave or group of orders that will pick at the same time. The orders, lines, and units on the handheld represent the aggregate information about all of the orders that will be picking simultaneously. When we're ready to start picking our orders, the handheld will then direct us through the warehouse and bin location sequence to gather product for the orders. As we're picking, it's also asking us to scan the unique serial number shipping labels and enter the quantity of each item that we're picking for the order. It's also asking for any lot or serial number information. When we're done picking the order, we can set it aside for shipment staging or immediately tell the ERP system that the orders have been completed picking. With our optional shipping module, the orders will be rated and manifested. As you can see, the process for the picker is extremely simple and enforces accuracy all the way through. The warehouses with larger workforces can take advantage of the zone pick features to optimize efficiency through the minimization of picker travel between bin locations. The result is increased throughput, improved order picking and inventory accuracy, as well as reduced costs and improved service levels.